Hey guys, I am Lana. This is from Corporate to Crystals, and we are back. Video number 17 in the series, Things I Wish Someone Would Have Told Me About the Twin Flame Journey. Today's video, following my last one, which was about spirit babies, I was like, let's talk about celibacy, because, why not? This is from my experience, and obviously the experience of other people who coaching clients, spiritual coaching clients, twin flames or otherwise. I think a really big part of a lot of people's, let's call it energy management, is the moment when you learn to manage your sexual energy. And celibacy is a very powerful tool to do that. So I wanted to talk about it. I found an article, and I figure I'll just read this. I'll link to the article. It's on Medium, but it's specifically about sexual energy and how, it transfers when you have sex, basically. Okay, so it basically is saying your partner influences your vibration. When you have sex, the buildup of your orgasm causes your vibrations to slowly rise. When you do orgasm, they get to an all-time high, which can feel euphoric and even get you an out-of-body experience. In fact, an orgasm is one of the only ways humans can reach such a high level of vibration. Ding, ding, ding. Let's pause right there, okay? When you are orgasming, you're literally connecting to God's source, okay? That's not an understatement, truly. When you, my dog is on my lap, by the way. When you create a baby, it is creation energy. It is sexual energy. It is creative energy. So I want you to understand that your creative energy is your sexual energy. Your healing energy, your creative energy, your sexual energy, it all is intertwined because one of the pathways to God, universe, source, spirit, whatever you want to call it, I say God, is through sex. God made masculine and feminine energies, not gender, to come together to connect back to source, God. It's a whole thing. So I literally wanted to start with that because if you are unaware of that, that's a very key thing, is your orgasm. The reason why it feels so euphoric is because it is a way of you touching God, like high frequencies, okay, which is like God's source. So let's continue. Yes, sex might feel good in the moment, but if the person you're having sex with is low on energy, you'll definitely feel it afterwards. For example, let's say your vibrations are high and your partner tends to vibe on a very low level. When you guys have sex, they're basically sucking the energy out of you because they need it. They steal your high vibrations and leave your energy field completely depleted. It's important to know that sex is a very spiritual act and it connects us to the divine. Because your vibrations get so high during sex, the entire frequency of your being can shift from third dimension to fifth dimension for a moment, which oftentimes triggers the law of attraction. Okay? I'm going to stop right there from reading this, but I wanted to talk about this because this is why celibacy I was guided to become celibate for portions of my journey. I feel like everybody should experience this. I feel like everyone should be managing their energy, learning to harness their sexual energy, their creative energy into creation. If you're not creating a baby with your sexual energy, then you could be creating YouTube videos. You could be creating music. You could be creating arts and crafts. You could be doing all sorts of things with that energy rather than having sex with someone probably just to like get a dopamine hit or feel intimacy in that moment, but you're still not connecting to the level that like true intimacy is. And you're energetically sharing with one another your energy. And so if that person happens to be in a lower vibration and you are the one in the higher vibration, you better believe you're going to feel it afterwards. And if you have experienced this, then you know. So I wanted to talk about it because if you have not managed your energy in this way already, if you're struggling to learn how to manage your energy, this could be a very powerful tool for you. Yeah, I know it was for me. Like, I don't know how you could learn what is your energy and what is someone else's unless you kind of go cold turkey and isolate yourself from the world a little bit. This journey can get very lonely and very isolating, but one of the benefits of that is that you learn what is your energy and what is not yours. What is not your responsibility, what is not yours to transmute. And when you really start learning energetic boundaries and how to manage your own energy in that way, you realize that it's not worth it. If you don't know that person very well, if you don't know where their spiritual, mental, psychological health is, then especially when you're going through a lot of your own stuff, it's not worth it. For me, personal opinion, it was not something that I was like, it wasn't worth it, so I didn't care. But I know that there are people with sex addiction, so I'm not trying to minimize it. And I also know that there are people who, from a codependency standpoint, they would prefer to have any amount of intimacy, even if it's with someone that they don't have a deep emotional connection with, or someone that they don't really care about their energetic health because they don't even know that they need to be caring about that. So these people absolutely just hook up, culture it up, and they wonder why they're still depressed. They wonder why they're still upset. They wonder why it's not making them feel better. Well, it very likely could be, depending on the people involved, right, is that your partners are draining your energy. Or maybe you're the one draining theirs, right? It's not my business to judge. My point is, if you're not paying attention to this, then you're doing a disservice to your own energy. So I just wanted to point it out. Celibacy was a really powerful tool for my journey, and I also know that tons of my clients have talked about how powerful male and female gender and energy, like men using this tool as well. I think men who, as a feminine, men who know how to like harness their sexual energy and like control their sexual energy, it is so hot to me. Men who are just out there like constantly with other girls, going from one girl to the next, even if it's not like every night or whatever. I just find it very unattractive, and it makes me want to pull my energy back. Like, a guy like that feels to me that he is unsafe for me to like be with, or yeah, it just doesn't feel safe for me. So I've always kind of felt that way, and I've always kind of been resistant to men like that. And even myself, I've had my moments and I've been young, wild, and free or whatever, but there came an age when I started my healing journey, and I absolutely was not focused on any men that made me feel unsafe, you know, or if they had behavior that was like turning and burning through girls, I was like, that is literally my like nightmare. That's not the type of man that I want anywhere near me. And I also don't want to be that type of partner to a man. I don't feel like a man would look at a woman behaving that way and be like, oh, she makes me feel safe, you know? So that was just kind of the way that I perceived the whole situation. So I know men and women both have told me that they resonate with that, and they're on their own celibacy journeys because they saw the same thing. And they also wanted partners who felt the same. They wanted partners who were managing their energy. They wanted partners who had the same values around what sex means to them, because it absolutely can impact your health if you're not like aware. So just some 2 cents. Again, the article I was reading off of, I'll link in the description box. There's tons. You can look up sexual energy transfer and learn all about this. It makes me very concerned for our hookup culture that exists in the youth, because I don't think any of them have any clue that if you're like turning and burning through partners, then you're literally just picking up crazy amounts of energetic gunk that you then have to like, it sticks to, especially as a woman, it sticks to you and it takes time to transmute it off of you energetically. So yeah, it's a pretty big deal. So if you guys want to like research it for yourself, I don't mean to mom you. Live your best, wildest, funnest life, but be safe and also understand the benefits, the pros and the cons of like navigating into situations with partners. You know what I mean? And if celibacy is something that you feel would be a powerful tool for you to leverage, I highly recommend it. Because if you can basically control that energy, you could create some very, very incredible things, because it's creation energy. It's, you know, the energy closest to brings us closest to God. It's the energy that creates life, creates babies. So you think it's just like willy-nilly? I don't think so. And I think you should look as well, but I'm not your mom, so do your thing. Okay, cool. I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye!